And welcome to this video about pensions for children. Now this is something that I've had a few questions about, so I thought it'd be worth making a video to help you decide whether this is something that is right for you and your family. Welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. My name is Charlotte Jessup and I'm a financial educator. I talk about all things to do with money, so whether this is budgeting, making money, saving money, investing and pensions. Now, a lot of parents start thinking about how they might want to save or invest for their children. The earlier you start with these sorts of things, the better it works out for everyone in the end. Now, before I go much further, I do need to say that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you that this is the right thing to do. I'm just here to share the information so that you can get educated on how this might work and whether it's something you might want to consider researching. You have to remember that with pensions, this is investing your money. So your money can go down as well as up. So you need to understand the risks that are involved in doing so. So let's have a little look at what options there are for saving and investing for your children. Now, there are junior ISAs out there. So this is similar to the adult versions of these ISAs. You can get a cash and a stocks and shares version of this. They don't have the same limits as the adult ones, and this is capped at £9,000 per year. But any money that you make from the money that is placed into these accounts is tax-free. You can have a cash version, which is for saving money and accruing interest, or you can have the stocks and shares version, which is where the money is invested. Now, this money is your child's money. So once you put that money in there, you cannot access that. You can contribute money to this and you can have other people contribute money too, but they won't be able to access this until they reach 18 years old. There are a few exceptional circumstances where you may be able to access it earlier. Essentially, once that money is in that account, your kid is not going to get it until they're 18. And there's nothing you can really do about letting them get their hands on that money when they turn 18. Some parents worry that if their kids get their hand on a big sum of money when they turn 18, they might go and blow it all. And I guess that is the risk that you have to take when you consider saving or investing in an ISA for your children. Lots of places offer these junior ISAs, so it may be worth looking around to find one that suits your particular needs. So what about pensions then? Now, it might seem weird to consider a pension for your child, considering most adults don't even think about their pensions until they hit their 40s or 50s. But actually, investing for your children when they're young gives them the benefit of compounding over time. And because they're young, they've essentially got like 60 odd years until they are going to need to access this money for their retirement. So it could be a good way of building up money and benefiting from those compounding effects. Now, pensions for children are a little bit different. They are the same in that money is locked away until retirement. So currently this is sort of late 50s, but there is a chance that that date could increase as they get closer to retirement. Considering they've probably got 50 or 60 years until they reach retirement, it is likely that the current figures of kind of like 55, 57 could be even higher. So they won't be able to access their money until they are a lot older. So this could negate some of the concerns that parents have about their children getting hold of their money at 18 and spending it all on, something ridiculous. But there are some other differences between this and adult pensions too. So the maximum that you can pay into a child's pension is £3,600. But this is the total amount that you can pay in after the tax relief has been added. So the actual figure that you can contribute is £2,880 per year. And then a 20% additional tax will be added on top of that, taking it up to £3,600. Now, obviously, this is a very generous tax relief, and that's why there are limits on the amounts that you can add. Now, obviously, if you're in the position where you can add nearly £3,000 to your children's pension pot, then your kid is probably going to be doing really well in terms of managing their finances for the future, and you'll be setting them up well for their retirement. So let's take a little look at the pros and cons. That tax relief is obviously a real benefit. And there's also the perk that this money cannot be touched, okay? Your kids aren't going to get their hands on it in their teens and early 20s and maybe spend it on, something that you don't approve of. So that money is going to be locked away so they can use it for their retirement. And this money is going to be invested and compounding over time too. Now, obviously, you don't have to contribute in this forever. You can just contribute while they're young, and then they can just have that money there ready to access when they hit retirement. Or they can contribute to it themselves later on. So what are the cons then? Well, obviously, there is no access. So getting hold of this money before they hit that retirement age is going to be difficult. There will be some exceptional circumstances when you may be able to do this, but otherwise that money is locked away. You can't touch it and they can't touch it. Another downside with pensions that you don't have with maybe the ISA option is that this money is taxable when withdrawn. So you get the tax relief when you put the money in. When you come to withdraw that money later on, you are going to have to pay tax on that at the normal income tax rate. So here are some things that you maybe want to think about before you think about setting up a pension for your children. Firstly, think about your own finances. Yes, there can be a huge parental urge to protect your children and set them up for the future, but don't do this at the expense of your own finances. It's very much a case of, you've got to put your mask on first before you put the kids on. You are going to be no use to them if they are then having to pay for your own retirement. So make sure that your finances are in order. Have a good budget, have your emergency fund, and be working on your own retirement and pensions options. You might also want to look at the other options that are available out there. So like I mentioned before about junior ISAs, this could be something that you want to investigate alongside the research that you're doing on pensions for your children. There are lots of options out there for ways that you can save or invest for your children, so make sure you research thoroughly and pick the one that is right for you and your family. What are you doing to secure your children's financial future? I would love to hear your suggestions. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.